much for joining me. May you please introduce yourself and your company?
Okay. Well, firstly, thank you to Vika and all the team for having us all here in South Africa for the inaugural Carbon Market Summit. So, my name is Ravi Raichoora. I'm the Special Advisor at the African Union Development Agency working on carbon markets and climate finance.
Amazing. And you're also part of the ad board for CMAS 2025. Why did you want to become part of the ad board?
Well, firstly, when I first heard about the event and it was the first edition, I was absolutely blown away by the outreach the event has already had. The various industry players here, from government to civil society, project developers to buyers. Why would I not want to be here?
Amazing. And what are you hoping to gain from this experience?
So, the main thing which we're here to do is, us as the African Union Development Agency, we are the coordinating body of carbon markets on the continent. So we want to be here to hear from our member states and the private sector on the views they care about. So on the road to COP30 in Belém, we can constructively and in an open way bring all this information and put it across at COP on the floors of international negotiation.
And have you had any interesting insights so far?
Yes, definitely. It's been fascinating hearing from various member states on the key issues which they care about, and in particular the benefit sharing mechanism.
Interesting. Do you want to speak more about that?
So, currently in Africa, various countries look at benefit sharing mechanism in a different way. And the way I like to approach it is there needs to be transparency and traceability. So think of a Patagonia hoodie. If you scan the QR code, you can actually see what acre of farmland and who the farmer was that farmed that cotton. And that's how we need to approach the benefit sharing mechanism. So we have that transparency and traceability so we can ensure that the flows of carbon finances reach direct to the local community.
And why is this important for the African context?
Carbon markets is a vital way of achieving adaptation and mitigation on the continent. However, we need to make sure our local communities benefit from the rewards of carbon revenues.
And how do we bridge that gap between those international standards and regulations that are happening and the ones in Africa? Conversation there.
So the bridge is actually closing. So as Africa, we've just launched the African Integrity and Equity Principles for carbon markets. While we recognize the various efforts of different principles internationally, there's never been one looking through the African lens and African realities and context. So the point of the principles is to put the key areas which Africa care about and align them with international best practice and put them together in a set of principles which can guide member states and businesses trying to operate on the continent.
So it seems like there's a lot of forward thinking there in order to bridge the gap. And what do you hope this summit achieves at the end of the day?
A collective voice of the private sector alongside the member states to help us come to a decision in terms of negotiation when we approach COP in Belém.
Amazing. And do you have anything else you'd like to add before we end?
Just thank you for having us here, and we look forward to Carbon Market Summit Africa 2.0.